Against the odds. In the remote village surrounded by lush green hills lived a girl named Lena. Her family was poor, her father worked as a farmer, and her mother sold vegetables at the local market. Despite their struggles, Lena had a big dream. She wanted to become a doctor and help the people in her village, where the medical care was scarce. However, her family couldn't afford to send her to the school, let alone university. A bold decision. One evening after dinner, Lena gathered her courage and spoke to her parents. Lena, Mom, Dad, I want to go to the city. Her parents looked at her in surprise. Mother, the city? Why do you want to go, Lena? Lena, I want to find a way to go to high school and one day become a doctor. If I stay here, I'll never be able to do it. Her father sighed and looked down. Father, we don't have the money to send you, Lena. The city is expensive and it's a tough place. How will you manage on your own? Lena, I don't know yet, but I have to try. I can't give up on my dream. Her mother's eyes softened, and she placed her hand on Lena's. Mother, it's not going to be easy, my dear, but if this is what you really want, we will support you in any way we can. The city life. The next morning, Lena packed the small bag with her few belongings and left her village with the little money her parents had saved for her. The bus ride to the city seemed endless, and as Lena stared out the window, her heart raced with both excitement and fear. The city was overwhelming. Tall buildings touched the skies, and the streets were filled with people rushing in every direction. Lena felt like a small fish in the vast ocean. She found a tiny rundown apartment shared with the other girls. Determined to support herself, she found work at a small diner washing dishes. The hours were long and the pay was low, but Lena didn't complain. Every morning she attended high school classes, and in the afternoons she rushed to the diner to work until late at night. Moments of kindness. One night, as Lena worked at the diner, her co-worker Priya noticed her sitting quietly in the back, reading between shifts. Priya, why don't you rest, Lena? You've been working all day. Lena, I can't. I have to finish this assignment. I want to pass my exams and get into university. Priya shook her head in admiration. Priya, you are incredible, Lena. If anyone deserves success, it's you. Another time, an older woman sitting at the counter noticed Lena struggling to carry plates. The woman introduced herself as Dr. Elizabeth Carter, a surgeon at the city hospital. Dr. Carter, you seem exhausted, dear. How long have you been working today? Lena, all day, ma'am. I'm saving up for university. I want to be a doctor. Dr. Carter's eyes lit up. Dr. Carter, a doctor, huh? That's a noble dream. If you are interested, I can offer you a job as an assistant at the hospital. You'll learn a lot and it might help you get closer to your goal. A glimpse of her dream. At the hospital, Lena assisted with a small task, cleaning instruments, organizing medical files, and observing surgery from a distance. The work was demanding, but it fueled her passion. One afternoon, Dr. Carter asked Lena to join her during a community health camp. Lena watched as Dr. Carter treated patients with compassion, taking the time to explain illness and treatments. Dr. Carter, this is what being a doctor is about, Lena. Not just curing the disease, but helping people understand their health. That day, Lena decided she wouldn't just become a doctor. She would dedicate her life to serving those who needed it most. The journey to medical school. Balancing school, the diner, and the hospital became a taste of Lena's endurance. Despite her best effort, she struggled in subjects like chemistry and math. But instead of giving up, she asked her classmates for help. Her persistence paid off. After finishing high school, Lena applied for scholarships to medical schools. Each rejection later was a blow to her spirit, but she refused to give up. Months later, Lena received a thick envelope in the mail. Her hands trembled as her opened it. Letter. Congratulations, you have been awarded a full scholarship to study medicine at City University. Medical school, rising to the challenge. Medical school was a whirlwind of challenges and opportunities. Lena quickly realized she was entering a world far removed from her modest upbringing. Her classmates often discussed vacation abroad, expensive textbooks, and extracurricular activities she could only dream of. During her first anatomy class, Lena felt out of her depth. The thick textbooks, complicated diagram, and medical jargon overwhelmed her. She spent hours in the library, poring over notes and practicing with models, determined to understand every detail. One day during a lab session, Lena struggled to identify a structure in the cadaver. A classmate, Aditi, noticed her hesitation. Aditi, need some help? Lena, yes, please. I have read about this, but it's hard to picture it in real life. Aditi patiently explained the structure, and over time, the two became friends. Lena often helped Aditi with patient communication during clinical rounds, drawing on her experience from the hospital job she had back in the city. The weight of responsibility. One of the most transformative experiences during medical school came during her third year, during a rural internship. Lena and a group of students were sent to a remote area to provide a basic medical care. The conditions were dire, patients waited hours to be seen, and supplies were limited. Lena met a young boy who had walked for miles with his mother because of high fever. After examining him, Lena realized he was severely dehydrated and at risk of complications from an untreated infection. She immediately set to work improvising with the limited resources available. When the boy's condition stabilized, his mother tearfully held Lena's hand. Mother, you saved my son's life. Thank you. That moment solidified Lena's resolve to return to underserved communities after becoming a doctor. Triumph in the face of adversity. In her final year, Lena was required to present the thesis on the improving access to health care in the rural areas. She worked tirelessly, combining her personal experiences with research data to create a compelling presentation. During the university symposium, Lena's passion shone through as she spoke about the need for community clinics, affordable, treatment, and health education. When the applause erupted, Lena realized she wasn't just starting to become a doctor. She was becoming an advocate for the people who needed her the most. The village clinic, a beacon of hope. After completing her residency, Lena returned to her village. The clinic she set up was a single room with a wooden bench, a desk, and a shelf stocked with essential medicines. But to the villagers, it was a miracle. Word of Lena's clinic spread quickly. Patients came from nearby villages, some traveling hours by foot. One of her first patients was a pregnant woman named Mira, who had gone into labor prematurely. Lena quickly assessed the situation and realized the baby was in distress. Without access to advanced equipment, she had to rely on her training and instincts. Mira's delivery was complicated, but Lena managed to deliver the baby safely. Mira, I don't know what I would have done without you, Dr. Lena. Over time, Lena expanded her services. She partnered with NGOs to bring vaccines, organized health camps, and conducted workshops on sanitation and nutrition, changing lives. One of the most touching moments came when Lena treated Ravi, an elderly farmer who had been suffering from untreated diabetes for years. His vision had begun to deteriorate and he could no longer work in the fields. Lena provided him with proper medication, explained the importance of diet control, and arranged for cataract surgery through a charity program. Months later, Ravi visited her clinic with a basket of fresh products. Ravi, Doctor, I can see again. I can work again. You've given me my life back. The gratitude of her patients reminded Lena of why she had fought so hard to achieve her dream. Full circle, inspiring the next generation. One day, Lena met a young girl named Asha, who reminded her of herself. Asha timidly approached Lena after a health workshop. Asha, Dr. Lena, do you think someone like me could become a doctor too? Lena smiled warmly. Lena, of course, Asha. I was just like you once. It won't be easy, but if you work hard and never give up, you can achieve anything. Inspired by Lena's words, Asha began visiting the clinic regularly, asking questions about medicine and helping out with a small task. A legacy of hope. As Lena sat on the porch of her family homes one evening, watching the sunset over the hills, her mother joined her. Mother, you brought so much to this village, Lena. The people here look up to you. Lena nodded thoughtfully. Lena, I just want to make sure no one here has to feel helpless because of a lack of care. That's why I became a doctor. From then on, Lena continued to split her time between her village clinic and a large hospital in the city, where she advocated for rural health care initiatives. Her journey inspired others in the community to pursue education and dream big, proving that even against the odds, perseverance and compassion could change life.